right, I'm going to close out of this window, and I think we are live. It looks like everyone should be able to see us. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 2 of the NBA Top Shottaz podcast. Thanks for being with us after the Super Bowl today. Hopefully everyone's sobering up a little bit, coming off the high. I know our buddy Ali here is a little excited about his boy Brady getting his 7th ring. I'm sure Ali will find a way to gloat. Greatest. He'll find a way to gloat about Tom at some point throughout the show. But big ups to the Bucks. I wanted the Chiefs to win, but I got to respect the greatness. I got to respect Brady. So nothing you can do. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight for episode 2. The plan, and I guess actually before I get into that, a quick introduction. We have a 5th guest today with us. With us is Justin's dad, Mr. Baba, Allen. He is going to be joining us for a very special surprise at the top of the show. He was one of the lucky few that managed to purchase a legendary HOLO pack in the highly anticipated drop yesterday. And he has, against his will, I think Justin has forced him to hold on to it and not open right away. And he's going to be doing it live with us here. So we're going to get to see what he's able to pull. I think between the 4 of us, we all tried. And I think I only know of 1 pack that was purchased, and it was yours. So shout out to you. The luck was on your side. Whether or not we will get one in the future is TBD, but congratulations for that. So he's going to maybe add a little bit of perspective, and then we're going to open his pack and kind of see what's in that. In lieu of opening maybe some of our base set packs, we figured the legendary pack would be a lot more fun for everyone to watch. So after that, we do that pack opening. I think we're going to stick with our theme from last week. I'm going to ask the guys kind of a leading question that might turn into some conversation about the current state of Top Shot and maybe some future stuff. If we have some time, we can take some questions at the end, and if not, we will sign off on Sunday and let everyone get to sleep. So with that, how are you guys doing tonight? How's everyone
doing? Fantastic.
Doing great.
I kind of want to touch on, I feel like this would be a great time to touch on Brady greatness. So I'm doing great. I'm so happy for Tom Brady and Gronkowski. That tandem deserves that ring. There's nothing really left to
There's
nothing left to be said about Tom Brady's greatness. It's unquestionable, and just like what he's done for the Bucs franchise, a team that hasn't been to the playoff in 13 years, just turning it around, changing the culture, and just leading them to the Super Bowl. And his first season without a preseason during a pandemic is just the ultimate testament of greatness, in my opinion. So I'm so happy for Brady. It was a great game to watch. Our defense played fantastic too.
I don't even think it was that great of a game to watch, to be honest. If you didn't have a rooting interest, I feel like the game was kind of boring. But I'm glad you had fun with it, Ali. I didn't enjoy it as much as you did, I guess. But I guess we'll start with Justin instead of saying Baba. Justin, how are you doing?
I'm good. I got to give Brady his props, honestly. I'm kind of a Brady skeptic or hater-ish, but I mean, I have to respect it. Honestly, he's the GOAT after this one. That was a pretty dominant performance.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. There's a real chance that like 15 years from now, we're looking back and thinking like this was the chance for like a Michael Jordan versus LeBron finals, like generational greatest of all times, and they actually had to play each other. Which in 15 years, if Mahomes is competing for that title, it could be really cool to look back on, even though the game wasn't that fun. Mr. Baba, how are you doing as well? Of course. How's your night going?
Thank you.
Good.
Thanks for having me.
Good. Of course. I think we can jump right into it then. And I think before we get to your pack opening, I guess the question I have for you that I'll ask and maybe add some perspective is, I'm curious what your thoughts are on kind of your generation's affinity for stuff like this. I think that what we were kind of talking about beforehand is that it's this kind of idea of Top Shot is a merging of 2 contrasting things, in that I think that like this digital NFT technology is very much geared towards the younger generation that have grown up on nothing but cell phones, and everything for them is digital right now. But I think that the collectors, especially the hardcore collectors that are really looking to find these really unique, like even trading cards, I think that might be something that's like not really been as prevalent with some of the younger people. Do you think that being a little bit older in that kind of older generation, that this is something that's going to hold some weight with like you and maybe your friends or like other people that you know? Are there people you know that are interested in this kind of beyond just like the fun of it right now?
Yeah, I think there is a future to it. It seems like I grew up with just the regular baseball cards, buying like 5 in a pack with the bubble gum.
Yeah.
And I think this really, what I know about it, with cryptocurrency backing it, the NBA backing it, I think it looks like it's the future of the card collecting atmosphere there.
Cool.
So
Yeah.
I'm excited about it.
Do you have other like friends of yours, kind of like in your circle, whether like work or just socially, that you know are into it or interested?
I have told a few people, some friends, and they also bought some online.
Cool.
So it's exciting to see that. And one actually works in the cryptocurrency
Oh, wow.
arena. So you know, we'll just have to see how it plays out. But I think with the
Yeah.
backing of the NBA, I think it bodes well.
Yeah, yeah, because I'm always interested. Like, I mean, I'm sure that Justin was probably the one that brought it up to you, and like I brought it up to my dad. But it'll be interesting if it really takes hold. Because I think, like I mentioned, I think a lot of these kind of younger people who are constantly on social media and on YouTube and always in their phones, I think that they're going to hear about it and kind of get hyped up by it. But it'll be really interesting to see if they can really kind of grab like a real stake in the people that, like you said, kind of grew up with like cardboard trading cards, and they went to the store, and they had little binders with like the 9 little things, and you could organize them however you wanted and stuff like that. So
Right.
that will be interesting, because again, the other thing I think is that frankly the collectors with big money that want to spend money on things like this are probably going to be from the older generation. There's not a lot of 22-year-olds that are dropping $100,000 on LeBron cards. So
Right.
that'll be an interesting thing to do. Thank you for the perspective on that. But I think with that, instead of asking the rest of these guys some questions, we can, I know that it's a little bit late, let's open your pack and let's give, I think, the crowd what they're most excited about today. So
All right.
are you okay with that? Are you ready for that?
Yep.
I'm kind of bummed because I'm not
I'm
sure.
excited about opening it.
Good. I think that I'm annoyed that I wish you could figure out what card the
Oh.
legendary one was at the beginning and open that last, but I don't think it works like that, unfortunately. I haven't seen one myself, so I wouldn't know, but if you want to share your screen, we should be able to.
Okay.
There we go. All right. I'm going to watch you. There we go. So we're now looking at
preparing
your
to yell.
screen. Yeah, for real. It looks like all these outside. Don't wake anyone up.
That'll wake up the whole hotel right now.
Yeah.
I don't see the open packs.
Yeah,
Let's
so
see.
you gotta switch the tab, go to the Chrome thing. You click on the share screen. Yeah, right there. Click that, and then
Okay.
click change window. Go back down to that thing. Click change window. Yeah, right there. Click. Change window.
Oh.
No,
Chrome.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now go to the Chrome tab.
NBA.
See where it says Chrome tab? Yeah.
Perfect.
Right.
All right, now we're watching, and there we go. Wow.
You see it?
Look at it. There it is.
Yeah, there it
Legendary.
is. That's beautiful.
Oh.
Oh my god.
I'm so jealous right now. You have no idea how upset I was. Okay, Bob, I'm gonna let you pick. How do you want to do this? Do we want to go one at a time, and do we want to like try and guess the price again? Do we want to just like maybe reveal all, and then we can go through and we can end with the legendary? What do you guys think?
I'm down to go one by one.
Okay,
Keep it a little
let's go one by
suspenseful.
one, and then let's just, if it's since there's 10 cards and it can take a while, if it's a base set moment, we can just maybe touch on it super briefly, and we'll add a little bit more context into the metallic golds and the hollow, of course. So let's do that, and maybe we can try and guess the price of the metallic golds. I'll have you guys do it, of course. We can guess the price of the golds and the legendary and see how close you guys are, because those are going to be pretty high up there. So without further ado, Mr. Bob,
Ready?
the floor is all yours.
All right, here we go.
Oh God.
Oh, man.
Wait, people are saying no sound
I
right
think
now.
it's just one guy. It should be all good.
Right now. All right.
Yeah, no,
First
sound's
one.
coming through. Sound's coming through. We're good.
Oh.
Oh, is this
Okay.
it? Oh, that
Aaron
was the
Gordon.
first one.
All right.
The first one was his legendary one.
Oh, that's
Oh,
it.
yeah, boy.
Gordon.
That's the legendary.
Oh,
Let's
Hey.
go.
let's
Good local boy.
This is
go. We
yeah.
love Aaron
This
Gordon
is-
out here in the
We
Bay.
love Aaron Gordon. This is hype.
Oh, I love
So-
it.
Also, oh my god, that's a beautiful moment right there. Also, what's great about this moment is Aaron Gordon is actually super big in the NBA Top Shot and crypto in general, and so he's invested in NBA Top Shot actually. And so
Makes sense. He's from Silicon Valley.
Yep.
Next one.
Let's do it. I can't believe that was
let's
the
go
first
for it.
card. I'm so hyped about that. All right, Troy Brown base set.
Okay. We can go through that
We can-
one.
we
That's
can-
nothing.
We can probably move on, I think.
Okay. Next one. All right.
Yeah, we can go through that too.
All right.
Al Horford.
Orford.
Mm.
See through that
Another
one.
base pack.
I
Next
want
one.
of these. I want one of these so bad. I don't even have the money, but I was gonna find a way. Oh, I think this is the metallic gold, right? Oh, 134. Kyle Lowry.
Oh,
Kyle Lowry.
we'll
Okay.
take
Well, that's a
that.
good one.
Kyle Lowry, that is nice.
Lowry.
Yeah,
Let's see.
huge Raptor fan base on Top Shot. Actually,
se-
I think we got a lot of followers from Canada, so that's
74.
definitely gonna hold some value.
74 is real low too. That's a nice serial number too.
Wait. Wait, this is 134, isn't it?
Oh, I thought it said
134.
134. It's still nice
Yeah,
and low though.
130.
Still nice and low.
Still good, though. Still good. Yeah, definitely.
Sub 250. We like that. We like that. All right.
Got two more metallic gold left. Okay.
Is this
Your
one of them?
picks.
Okay.
Julius Randle. Okay, I like
Julius
that.
Randle. Okay.
Not
This
bad.
is just solid. Julius Randle, metallic gold, LE. God, I can't believe they
You guys
gave
got so
three.
far.
I can't believe they got 3 of these metallic golds in addition to the hollow. That's insane. This pack is so worth
yeah,
it. So much
that
value.
is some value right there. Honestly.
Crazy. An immediate value.
Oh,
That's
there
like
you are,
selling
Noah.
immediately and you're making your money.
Here we go. Next one.
Uh-oh.
Oh, is this a Giannis metallic gold?
Oh.
Oh, wow. That's a good one, huh?
Ooh.
That's a really
Nice.
good
And the
one.
poster.
That's a really
Oh,
good
the poster
one.
on Gobert.
Oh, what's the number on that, Bob? I
Yo,
can't see
the-
it.
320.
320. Honestly,
Oh,
it doesn't even matter though.
that one
Wow.
may be up there with the Aaron Gordon one
That's
when it's all
clean.
said and done. That is a fire pull.
Yeah, that is, and it's a
Fireball.
nice. It's a bang out on Rudy Gobert
I
too.
know.
Like, okay.
Murray.
It's nice.
What?
Jamal Murray.
That's not bad. Not bad. Take it honestly after everything
Let's close
else.
it out with like a LaMelo rookie card just to really cap off the pack. Like the last base
Honestly-
set moment's got to be something nice.
Let's go. Yeah, I'm feeling a Wiseman honestly.
You want a Wiseman? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think I want a
I
Wiseman.
want a LaMelo.
I'm feeling a Steph 3-pointer.
Okay. I like it. Zion? Ooh.
Oh.
Okay.
That's the Zion.
Okay.
That's the
Williamson.
LE, right?
Let's go. That is big.
Is that the LE
I
one?
think that's.
Or is that the
I don't
common
think
one?
so.
Oh, that's the common
That's
one.
the common.
629
Oh,
though.
but 620.
Ooh.
Wow. Wow.
Damn.
What a pack.
And
Wow.
this was a killer pack.
That's
Wow.
Killer
insane. Three
I have never
digits on
seen
that?
anything like this. What are we witnessing right now?
Oh my god.
Oh
So,
my god.
Mr. Baba, if you want a rough outline, so I think I'd say 5 of these cards are probably gonna be worth $2-3, maybe 5. The base set ones aren't gonna be worth much.
Okay.
I think that just looking at it, that Zion one, right now you could probably get it for
Yeah.
100, but I think that's probably going to go up, right? I mean, that's a really nice serial number, and I think that when the market rebounds a little bit, that one could even be worth more. It's one of the best ones you could pull for a common. The Julius Randle and Kyle Lowry are both in like the $200 range right now. If you wanted to sell them immediately, the Giannis it looks like is going for about $750. So you basically made your money back if you just sold those 3 metallic golds, and you could just keep the Aaron Gordon as a free roll, which right now looks like is admittedly on the low end of the legendaries. I think that there are some guys that are valued a little higher, but I think like we said, I think Gordon's still young. He's a big guy and he's invested, so he has some upside. But that one's going like in the $1,100 to $1,200 range. So all told, I think you can pretty comfortably say this is worth like $2,500 minimum, and that's like right at this very moment. That's assuming you don't even hold on and let these get more valuable. So expensive.
It's a lot of short-term gain.
Expensive, but well
Fantastic.
worth it.
Isn't there? There's one more at
Wow.
the bottom, isn't there? There's 10.
Oh, is there one more?
I believe.
Oh, you're
Can you
right.
scroll-
Oh, yeah, one more.
This is the LaMelo.
All right, here we
one.
go.
This is the
Last
LaMelo.
one.
This is it.
Man.
Jump shot,
D-Lo.
Russell.
Elo.
D-Lo.
Hello.
I like the other cards better. We can just leave it at that. That is insane though. The fact that just the 3 less rare cards basically made up for the entire price of the pack, and then your head legendary moment is just on top, is just basically pure profit. That's why even though these things were $1,000, there were still like 25,000 people that tried to buy one. So,
Wow.
sheesh. Well done. Congratulations.
so-
Congratulations to you, sir.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Thank you very
Dad.
much.
That.
So
That was
I have a
amazing.
question. Are you in this more like, do you believe in it? And are you going to try and hold on to some of these for the long term and wait for these to gain some value? Or are you going to maybe try and lock in some profit right away, or a mix of both? Do you have a plan for it? Or are you going to consult our dear friend Justin and see what he has to say and maybe figure it out in the future?
Well, yeah, I'll consult with Justin, but I think my intent is probably to hold it for now until it becomes more advertised out there.
Okay. I like
Because
it.
right now it's not advertised.
Yep.
So-
I think that 40,000, the 40 to 50,000 users or whatever their number is only got places to go that are up. So I would agree with that strategy. Not to mention it'd be a little tough to withdraw, as I think people have discovered. So I think the sound is coming through you guys. I'm pretty sure. I keep checking over here on the side. I'm pretty sure sound should be coming through. So I appreciate the update, but I have it open on my left, and I can assure you that I can hear myself. And I love listening to myself talk. So I would make sure that I can hear. That's awesome, though, Alan. Thank you for opening that with us, and thanks for holding off for 24 hours. I don't know if I would have been able to do it, honestly. If I'd pulled a legendary pack yesterday, I think it would have been open like an hour and a half later. I would have taken some serious convincing. So thank you for being willing to be patient.
Yep.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so
All right.
you guys have a good night, and I'm going to sleep.
Yeah. Good.
All right,
Good. As you
thank you.
should.
All right.
Thanks so much.
You guys have a
Good night,
good.
Mr. Baba.
All right. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Big shout out. Big ups to him. God, I can't believe that pack was so
Big
nice.
shout out.
I can't believe that even Aaron Gordon,
Killer
any
pack.
legendary is nice, but then like the fact that he got the Giannis was his LE, that Giannis metallic gold could be worth
Yeah.
huge money in the future.
Yeah.
There's a chance that,
Also, Aaron Gordon, just like huge for all of us. I
yeah,
think like that was the best for us. Like that is the most
Yeah.
value to us.
that was
There's
Steph.
nothing like the hometown boy.
Steph, but
Yeah.
AG is up there for
Yeah.
sure. We love Aaron Gordon. That
Yeah,
was
that
awesome.
special connection.
Yeah, absolutely. That was awesome. I know that the crowd, everyone loves a good pack opening, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I'm definitely gonna try and clip that, and I'm gonna throw that on a little clip by itself, and maybe we can show just that minute or two on YouTube or on Twitter. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. I think we can move on with our packs. Maybe if we're feeling able to do some more pack openings in the future. I think we all have a couple stockpiled just to do some more fun ones, but no more legendaries from us, unfortunately. None of us were lucky enough. So let's get into our little news questions sort of thing. There were some definitely some big things that happened since we last chatted. So I'm curious to get your guys' thoughts. I'm going to start with Keon. Keon, I want to ask you. So I think Keon's the only one, maybe Baba as well, but of the four of us, you're the only one that's completed the Cool Cats challenge that I think ends in like, I don't know, an hour or something like that. Ends tonight, I'm pretty sure. My question for
Tonight,
you.
I think it might be the 10th.
It did it. I'm not sure. Let's see.
Either way.
Either way, it's very soon, right? It's ending. My question for you. You were pretty early on it. I know that you were kind of very early. Your strategy was to the money you were going to invest, basically investing in that Luca card before it got extended and everything like that. Given what's happened with like the Master Challenge and all this kind of news, what's your strategy with the Cool Cats? Do you think that the move is to hold all them and try and make a play for that LaMelo card? Do you think that like you want to sell while demand is high? Are you going to try and hold until you can turn a profit later? Are you going to keep that Luka? Like what's kind of your thought process being someone that actually completed it? Keon?
So
Okay.
I'm honestly a little bittersweet just because I know the challenge itself should have been done probably. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Oh, okay. So yeah, like I said, I'm just a little bittersweet just because I came into the challenge early on, like you said, and I probably spent around $1,000 on it, maybe a little more. But I'm just sad that they extended it just because, like we saw the first Mint's tweet at the time, right when they extended the challenge, 289 people had finished it up until that point.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously they're not going to mint more Lucas than there are people that finished the challenge. So
yeah.
It was a little disappointing just because I wanted it to be as exclusive as possible. But obviously, being a beta, and them testing all their stuff, and we knew there was going to be more Cool Cats cards coming out. Like that was a given either way. So I think my strategy at first was I was going to probably try to sell like right then and there, because I felt like that Luka card was going to be, maximum power.
Sure.
I thought maybe less than 1,000 people would have this card. It would be minted beautifully, 999 probably, maybe 1,000. But now that the challenge has kind of dipped in price over the last week, I think at the last time we checked, you could get it for $800, $600 to $800 with the dip in the market. I think now it's definitely a long-term play, and I know with this LaMelo card that's going to come out, that's going to be super, super exclusive. Because if this first Cool Cats challenge was a K and they're coming with this Master Challenge with, like they said, they didn't even tell us really how many different Cool Cats packs they're going to drop with new players and stuff. But assuming, they're going to come out with a couple different iterations of these Cool Cats cards before we get that big LaMelo. I think it's a long-term play now. I'm going to hold on, and I'm probably going to try to keep getting those Cool Cats cards because at the end of the day, that LaMelo is going to be absolutely disgusting. I think it's going to be super, super valuable. And I think the thing that sometimes we neglect is the fact that it's not like these cards go away once you finish the challenge, right? They're going to stick around and they're going to hold some value, whether that be the base sets in the pack or the Cool Cats in the pack. Sure, those Cool Cats are going to dip in value just a little bit. But at the end of the day, I think if you have the whole collection, if you have whole collections of the Cool Cats, in the future, however they plan to do it, it's going to be super valuable long term. And obviously, like I keep saying, the LaMelo it's going to be insane. So I'm a long-term holder on that right now.
Cool. Yeah, I agree. I think actually the Master Challenge is probably a net good thing because the kind of challenge with these Cool Cat things is if they didn't have anything long term for it, it's like, okay, as soon as everyone gets to Luka, there's going to be this mass sell off because nobody's going to want to keep them anymore, and there's everything going to tank in price. It's like, okay, I just spent $1,000 for cards that are now selling for like 75 each. Cool. I agree. And yeah, Birdzilla mentioned it in the chat, but the Crypto Kitties card that they're dropping is going to be kind of exclusive, maybe hard to pull off. So. Cool. We look forward to tracking that progress. I'm not sure. I'm super curious how expensive it's going to be.
I think this Luka card will probably dip in value once it's out, just because knowing that there's going to be more Cool Cats challenges to be had. I think that short term it'll still be worth. I'm going to say $500 to $2,500 short term. Sure. Finish this challenge.
Yeah.
Long term, I think it's going to dip a bit once these challenges keep coming out. But long term, I think that these are good holds.
Yeah.
Super good holds.
Yeah.
And like I said, I have that Tobias Harris card, 40 serial number 40 out of 5,000. So like I'm gonna keep that card just because we don't know exactly what's gonna happen with these low serial number cards, and we'll see. 5,000 cards in the making with all these cool cats. They're gonna hold a little bit of value, more than some of these 7,500 LEs, a little less than some of these 7,500 LEs with these Zion cards that we're seeing, these Steph cards, and
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see, but I think that overall it'll be a good long-term hold.
Yeah, and I mean, I think Luka's, I don't know, a top 5 player in Top Shot in general to have right now. Maybe not top 5 player in the league, but in terms of like general card value, he's way up there with some of these guys. So I agree. I'm excited to see if you can pull that off. That'd be hype to pull off that LaMelo. Bob, I'm coming to you next.
We're hoping.
Yeah, for real. Hope that price stays low and hope the money keeps flowing in. Baba, you are next. I have a question for you. I don't know how much analysis you've done. Maybe you want to divulge anything that you have, but we saw kind of the first moment today where there was like a relatively big name player and something happened to him with the Derrick Rose trade that went through. And news like that in the league has generally affected the market in the super short term, like in the hours following. Like the Maxi Kleber thing with the Mark Cuban article, like Bogdan, there's been things that have spiked and dipped values. What happened in relation to the Derrick Rose trade through kind of what you've looked into, and what do you think that means for like the future of speculating and trying to figure out what some good plays are?
Yeah, so I think this was a great kind of test case. There was definitely a lot of movement after, like around the time the trade was announced, and like kind of in the hours before, speculating that this trade was going to go through. So yeah, I ran some analysis, and basically before, in the hour, like the days before this trade was kind of speculated, the Derrick Rose base set Series 1 assist that was selling for about $47 average price over the past 5 days. And right around 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time today, Shams Charania, for those of you who don't really know, he's kind of the NBA's media guy who will put out all the most recent transactions and kind of rumors surrounding the NBA. Him and Adrian Wojnarowski. So I definitely recommend you following those two for like all the latest up-to-date NBA news. But yeah, anyway, after his tweet at about 10 a.m., there were 85 sales of the Derrick Rose assist since that tweet, and those sales had an average sale price of about $63. Damn. So just in that about 11-hour time span, we saw a 34% increase in the sales price. But something even crazier is that the data was kind of skewed by a one outlier, a $600 purchase that happened about a few days ago. And so when you take that out, the average sale price prior to the announcement was only $42. So that's an increase of about 50%. So that's just a crazy jump, a 50% increase just based on the announcement of a trade of a player. And Rose is a pretty high-profile, well-known player, but it definitely, I think we'll see this trend continue, especially as we approach the trade deadline. I think we'll see players' moments, sale prices greatly be impacted by kind of the recent trade rumors and stuff like that. So I think based on that, I think there are I would definitely suggest following the news. And some names that I'll just throw out there that, I would say to be on the lookout for are guys like JaVale McGee, who I kind of spoke on last episode, Kelly Oubre, JJ Redick, and Lonzo Ball from the Pelicans. I think they're looking to make some moves. And then Spencer Dinwiddie, Andre Drummond. Those are also two guys that kind of don't really fit where their team's direction is going. And then just any other players on teams that are kind of out of the playoff race. I think those are definitely players to at least monitor, because you never really know what player is going to get traded. Like a contender could come calling with an insane offer, and this bad team would just be willing to give up this solid player, and that would just instantly affect the Top Shot market.
Did you see so my question for you, did this change start because of the trade rumors, or did it matter that it was actually officially announced before the prices really started to skyrocket? Like, can you, if you follow these people and you kind of know a little bit, can you act really quickly before something's announced? Or if you see it's coming in the next couple days, can you do that? Or do you have to be speculative and kind of guess, educated guess, without really having any firm information?
So in this case, for the Rose assist, at least for the basic one, I think that was pretty reactionary just to the Shams news.
Mm-hmm.
And so most of that just happened today. But I mean, I think you could definitely have bought in earlier, because I think, if I recall, there was news earlier in the week saying that the Pistons and Derrick Rose kind of mutually agreed that he should be moved on to a more competitive team.
Yeah.
So I think if you had bought in early at that time when it was selling for about $40, and then sold today when it was going for about 60, that's definitely a strategy that you could implement. But then again, you are kind of just relying on speculation and assuming and hoping that this trade does in fact go through.
Sure. And do you think that it matters?
Baba,
Oh, yeah. Go for it.
My bad.
No, you're good.
Now that we touched on this, like, going forward, do you think that trade rumors will have a huge impact on the market when this goes mainstream? Do you think that, we know that Waj and Sham, they come out like they're the TMZ of basketball with information before anybody else. Do you think that their input is going to, make this market fluctuate long term when it comes to anything, whether that be trades or cuts or whatever it may be?
Definitely. I think as more and more like true NBA basketball heads move into this space, I think they are going to rely a lot more on like actual true NBA news and content from like those sources. And so I think as a number of those types of members join, I think that we'll see more people trying to get ahead of these trade rumors and stuff. So in the future, we could see people these prices definitely reacting very much to all these trade rumors. And so I think, especially as the trade deadline comes up, I think middle of March or something like that, I think prices could definitely just be very volatile around that time. So I would definitely be cautious and do your research.
Cool. My last question for you on this is, do you think, and this might be your opinion, do you think that it matters what team a player is traded to? Like, Derrick Rose went from Detroit, who's kind of irrelevant this year, to like one of the biggest markets in the Knicks. Do you think that it mattered that he went from like bad market to good market, worse team to better team? Or if, let's say, Derrick Rose got traded from the Knicks to the Pistons, do you think we would have seen similar results? Or do you kind of want to pick and choose your trade targets based on the teams involved?
Yeah, I think it's definitely situational. I think in Derrick Rose's case, it's a great situation, kind of going from the small market to the big market. Obviously, he's going to have a lot more demand and more viewers playing for a team such as New York. And kind of like going in reverse, the player that he was traded for was Dennis Smith Jr., and he's going from the big market to the small market. So in his case, I think his value was already really low, having not really playing, being out of the rotation, and even like asking to go play in the G League bubble. So in his case, I think it's pretty specific to him, but I think he could actually see his card value increase just because he's got a fresh start in Detroit. So there's a chance that he ends up playing better and actually looking like a real player. I mean, he was drafted 8th overall and like is super athletic and everything. He just has to kind of figure it all out and put it together. So yeah, facts, big facts. So like, yeah, definitely. There's a chance for him to improve his value going the other way, but I would definitely say it's very situational and dependent on the type of trade.
Gotcha. I'm just looking really quickly to see, because there's actually a ton of activity on his card today. I was just looking at it, and there were a ton of sales over the course of today. I'm trying to see if they actually went up or down, if I can get it really quickly. It looks like they totally did, actually.
Is
In
that
terms of price,
I got cards.
yeah, it looks like there was definitely an increase in price. Maybe not a huge increase, but cool. It's good to know. That's some really good insight. And I think that this market is so kind of unsolved right now that I think there's a lot of room to in the future, or sorry, in the short term, make some kind of advantageous, find some edges like this before the mainstream is kind of catching on to something. So, um, great. I will
Bob,
hold Dennis.
That
DSJ cards right now.
what up?
Should I hold my DSJ cards
I
then?
think so.
Is what you're
I
saying?
think so.
It looks
Also,
like it.
just to answer that question, I did forget to mention this for those of you that don't know. If a card is CC and that player is traded, it is immediately converted to LE, and no more of that moment will be created.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
that is another thing to look out for, and that would definitely make the moment spike in value, at least in the short term.
Yeah. I think the CC one's for sure. Like, I mean, we talked about it last time with JaVale, right? JaVale is a common card right now, and if we're anticipating a trade in the next couple weeks, automatically knowing that's going to be LE, the common cards are going to go up in value for sure. It's the ones that are already LE suddenly holding more value as well. Awesome. Great insight. That's super helpful. All right, Ali, you're last. We'll get to, I guess, not really the elephant in the room, but the kind of news from yesterday, right? So Dapper Labs had their legendary drop. I'd actually say, I think in it kind of a day later, it's seeming like it actually went smoother than people realized. But in the moment, it definitely didn't seem like it was very smooth. They put out a couple different responses about it, about kind of their shortcomings and their apologies and stuff like this. Do you want to quickly kind of summarize what happened from your perspective, and then maybe touch on something like what you think Dapper Labs can do in the future to fix some of this stuff, maybe what you think they should do, just generally kind of touch on Dapper, these drops, the fact that they got some flack from the community over the last couple days, anything like that you want to talk about?
Yeah, so the drop yesterday was the first legendary drop in quite a while, and they did increase the price to $999. So basically what the controversy was, although there was a slot, I believe it was like 2,300 people, there were 25,000 people who attempted to get those legendary packs. The controversy was...
Ali?
You guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Was that
Yep.
me?
We're good.
So basically what the controversy
Are
was...
you good?
Was there are certain people that missed the entire queue and didn't wait in the line, and people were stuck in the line. So if you had a spot that was 400, 600, whatever it may be, there were people who instantaneously avoided that whole process of waiting in the line and that directly went to checkout. So that was one of the flaws in that pack drop. That's how Baba's dad actually ended up with the pack. So
Looks like someone in our chat's the same way. Spinoli out of control said he had no queue, he or she.
No queue. Oh yeah. So yeah, it went straight to it. My thoughts on that was basically, so Discord blew up. After that, Twitter blew up. There are a lot of people just bashing Dapper, Roham, NBA Top Shop, and kind of just like saying it was the final nail in the coffin. I'm a little less pessimistic than that. I do think it's just a bump in the road, and I think we could all agree that Dapper wasn't ready for a legendary pack like that, and especially with a price increase like that, I do believe your system should be flawless. We did avoid some signs that there could be potential issues with this drop, and I just think it's genuinely unfair for people who were waiting in line who didn't have the chance at cashing in at a legendary pack. Roham did come out and he tweeted saying users who were in line will be compensated, or they will come up with a way to kind of reward those who are waiting, and this won't happen again. But that was the basis of the general frustration we had yesterday. Another thing that's kind of been flowing in the Discord is that how long can this this sign that we're still in beta hold truth when you're making $2.4 million in a drop
In 30
almost
seconds.
instantaneously, like
Yeah.
30 seconds. Like that beta tag doesn't really have too much credibility in my eyes, because you can say you're beta for a certain amount of point or a certain amount of time, but when you're making 2.4 million in a drop that lasted 30 seconds and people went straight to checkout. Like, it's not really doesn't really much validity in my eyes. So I do think they need to fix that, or just like address the concerns people in the Discord have. And I think the Dapper team has been pretty responsive, and Rohan has been answering a lot of questions on Twitter. So if you do add him, he'll get back to you, and you can have like a formal exchange and kind of like pick his brain, pick some of the people in Dapper's brains, and see like what their thoughts were about the drop and why they ultimately went through with it.
Yeah, it just seemed like a good idea, just bad business decision. Like, it's impossible to please everyone, especially when literally 90 to 95% of people were going to miss out on this. But when 95% of people miss out on it, and there are like errors and bugs in the system, you're just inviting that huge majority of people that are already kind of annoyed and like bummed to all of a sudden be like angry and like, screw you guys. So
I don't understand a $1,000 pack when it's still in beta.
Yeah,
I don't know. It
exactly.
It's me the wrong way.
Yeah, like I mean,
cash grab.
Yeah, like do they really think that
people the wrong way?
Yeah, and like in my head, it's like, okay, this is if they're in beta, they're trying to like test out their system. If they dropped like a $25 rare pack, they would have the same number of people tune in to try and get that pack. Like, they didn't need to like you said, kind of up the prices so much that it almost seemed like disingenuous to a degree.
Yeah, and I just think, especially at this point when, they were closed beta not too long ago and they recently opened up to the general public, just having a drop of this magnitude with the traction you kind of been getting at NBA Top Shop's almost a bad look if it's not going to be executed to perfection. So just the fact that they kind of took a risk on something like this for like a pretty nice payout, which it kind of just rubs users the wrong way, especially ones who are kind of already there are hints of doubt about Top Shop, or just like their doubts about NFTs, or just like the crypto space in general.
Yeah, I agree.
So I feel like it might kind of push away more casual fans of the NBA, or just like people who are trying to like dip their toes into this marketplace. So I wasn't too big of a fan on that, and I do hope the Dapper team and Top Shop kind of figures out and coordinates something to kind of appease the masses. But I did want to ask you the question, Kev.
Oh God.
What do you think this is going to affect, or how do you think this is going to affect the market? Like, do you think it's going to become a more volatile marketplace, and like how do you see this in the long term?
I actually have some pretty specific thoughts on what the market is going to look like long term. This is all speculation. And once again, I forgot to say at the top, but none of us are providing any investment advice here. For the record, again, we've got to make sure we get that in there. Yeah, my thoughts on the market are that this is super interesting because everyone's making a lot of assumptions about value, right? Like, we're all assuming that these cards we have, when demand goes up, price is going to go up. Like, that's a pretty general economic, like, accepted thing. But that's not inherently like going to happen. There's a chance that even when demand spikes, that people like kind of decide that the value of these isn't worth what we think they're going to be. And I also think that what's not touched on enough is that this is only possible because of a partnership with the NBA and the NBA Players Association, right? And so if you think long term, like think about 5 years from now when this is mainstream and there's advertisements and on little billboards at the side of NBA games, you have things that say, get this moment now, and they're trying to tell you after Steph hits a buzzer beater 3 to go cop that moment right away. The NBA is not going to want a marketplace that's price exclusive, right? Like right now, if you want to go buy a LeBron James moment, you're basically coughing up like $75 minimum off the bat, right? So the NBA is looking at this as from like a marketing and a branding perspective. And if Ali watches his favorite player LeBron play and says, "Dad, I want a LeBron James moment," or goes online, but maybe he doesn't have the money to drop $75 or doesn't want to spend $75 on something he doesn't understand, you're probably just not going to buy one. And that's bad for the NBA long term because the NBA isn't really as worried about the money here. They're worried about the exposure and the branding. So what's interesting is that I think that super long term, this is going to be about kind of like two different classes. There's going to be like the class of people that are in it to collect, that want the rare things, that want rookie debuts, that want LE cards, that want cards from the finals, that want like the biggest moments in NBA history. I think those are going to retain their value. Like the other class is going to be like kind of what I'd call like the what's the right word? like a general kind of collector. And that's going to be like someone like me even who like is like, oh, this looks cool. Let me go see if I can buy a Steph card because he's my favorite player. And if I log on and I've just heard about it, I don't really know what it is, and every Steph card's $150, I'm not going to want to buy it. Like there's just no way. And so if you kind of think like, what does the NBA ultimately want? And honestly, even Dapper Labs, they're going to want inclusivity, not exclusivity. They're going to want everyone to be able to buy these things. And so I think what we're going to see is that right now, things have been pretty stable for the last couple of weeks. Right? I think there was this meteoric rise in prices, and things have kind of flattened out over the last couple of weeks, with some exceptions, of course. And I think that there's eventually going to be this spike because the demand inevitably, unless they drop a ton of packs, is going to exceed supply. And there's just going to be a lot more people involved when they start marketing and this gets out into the wild. But I think that eventually and long term, the NBA and Dapper are most incentivized to make sure that there's like a class of cards and these common cards that they're printing that are available to anyone and everyone. Just like you can go to the dollar store and get a pack of basketball or football cards for like 35 cents right now, and every card in there that you pull is worth worth 2 cents or 3 cents. They're going to want that because a little kid doesn't really care about the rarity of it. They just want to say they have a LeBron James moment. Or like when I was a little kid with baseball cards, I didn't care. I wasn't looking up the value of them online. I just wanted my favorite players. So that's what I think will be interesting, is that I think that there are some specific moments and some trends that are going to hold a lot of value and keep growing. But I also think that the NBA is not going to want every single card to be valuable, and kind of exploiting that psychology a little bit is going to be where you can make some real money. Because I think that like all these commons, like even like a Luka common right now that's going for like $60 or $70, there's just no way that they're going to want every Luka card to be that expensive in 2 years. So kind of identifying when you're at a peak and when that you don't think that's going to get any higher, taking your profits and then maybe consolidating into some more rare cards that will hold value, I think is the long-term play. And that kind of speaks to what the market's going to do. But nobody knows. I could be dead wrong about that. They might be super scarce and everything might be triple digits. And all of a sudden, all these cards I'm selling because I'm like, oh, it's a common, it's not going to be worth anything. Those might be worth $1,000. You know, like nobody knows, which is kind of what's fun about it. Honestly, it's a little bit like gambling. So.
I do want to add one thing, just like in terms of the future. A lot of this, like, there's been a lot of speculation, and then this has been confirmed by like Roham and the Dapper Labs team. But they do plan to roll out some sort of game that utilizes these moments. Mm-hmm. And so I think if there's like a lot of reason for them not to want these to be all super high priced, because if you want like some of the younger generation, like these kids, to be playing this game using these moments, they're not going to want to play the game if they have to spend $100 and something to play the game with a Luka moment or something like that. So I think they're definitely going to have to add like a price range or some kind of new system that allows everybody to at least have a chance to remain competitive in these types of games. And I think part of that like is going to be kind of to take off something maybe from 2K or Ultimate Team on FIFA. I think that is like a lot of the crowd that's going to be coming into this, and a lot of those aren't like the super wealthy crowd. So that's something that they're definitely going to have to take into consideration.
Yeah. Ultimately, Dapper and the NBA don't really care about how expensive these cards are. Like they're taking a flat 5% regardless. They want exposure and they want brand awareness, especially the NBA. Right, but the thing is that we want these cards to go up in value. We want them to be worth things. So it's like kind of this like push and pull where the NBA is like print as many cards as you can, make sure everyone can get a LeBron and a Steph. And Dapper's like, okay, well, our public that's actually using it is going to want them to be worth money and want this scarcity. So where's kind of the happy medium? And I think eventually what it settles down to is like this class of cards where there's a ton of them and they're cheap and you can go to the dollar store and buy them as a metaphor. And then a class of cards that are made for the collectors that are growing in value, that are for Hall of Fame players, that are legendary with special badges and stuff like that. And so identifying what long-term is going to be able to kind of hold its value like that, I think is ultimately the goal of anyone who's trying to make some money by getting into this early. And that's what I'm trying to do when I'm kind of researching and thinking of plays to make. But thanks, Ali, for letting me ramble, because I love to ramble. So let's...
I love that response. I do agree with your long-term play. I had to mute myself because they were...
You're good.
But a lot of drunk fans behind me. But
we love that. What kind of fans? NFL fans?
I don't think they're with a particular fan or a team, but Super Bowl Wanderers. I do like that play because I've been trying to sell a majority of my moments to kind of just fine. 2 or 3 long-term holds as well. And I do agree with like your kind of vision of how the platform will ultimately end up playing out.
Yeah, and I don't think it has to be done right away. Like, I'm looking for long-term stuff, but also I do think that even your super common base card is going to go up pretty significantly in value in the short term. I just think that it's going to also maybe kind of explode, and that bubble is going to pop. And making sure you don't get bit by that bubble is kind of going to be the key to capitalizing on some of the early entry here. I guess, okay, so I think that's good. Anything else you guys want to add? Any other questions you have for us, or anything else we think we should touch on? Because if not, maybe I'll let you guys pick. I'll let the 3 of you vote. Do you guys want to do some like Q&A, answer some questions from the chat, or do Ali or Keon want to open a base set pack, even though it's going to be dwarfed by the legendary one, but we can open another pack because I know people love that.
I'm definitely down to open some packs up because I've been sitting on these bad boys and
Fresh out.
You just want to open a pack. Okay, we can do that. Baba and I got to last time, I think, so we can let Ali and Keon, you guys want to open maybe one base set pack to end it, and then we can call it. We'll skip the Q&A today.
It's all Ali. I'm fresh out, baby.
Oh, it's just Ali. All right. If you guys want
I could open up 2.
Sure, let's do that. Ali,
That's
I know you're just selfish.
I'm excited.
What we'll do is if you guys have questions for us, we will in a second. Hold on, I'm not watching it yet. But if you guys have questions, make sure you mention them in here. I'm gonna keep saving them because we have an ongoing kind of document of questions. And what we'll do is next time we have a Q&A session, we'll make sure we get back to some of these ones that are from the past. So like Birdzilla, what's your one favorite long-term moment? We can get back to that. Maybe we can answer that one because that's a fun one and it's pertinent with what we were talking about. But let's let Ali feed his addiction here, and let's watch him open a couple packs.
You guys see this on the screen?
Yep.
Cap, this is your first time participating in the ring. I want you to predict how much these are going to be worth.
Oh, you want me to? Okay, someone else has to. Okay, no, we can't look at the chat then, and somebody else has to look up the value.
Yes.
Ali, are you going to look up the value?
I'll check it out.
Okay, right.
What?
I'm not going to say we got up to the best start here.
I actually like Jared Culver though as a player, as like maybe a really long-term thing, but yeah, that's about it.
I don't even know if that's worth looking at.
I think it's
$2, brother.
I'm going to say $2. I actually,
I'm pretty sure
it's
$2.
I listed one of these
Easy
for sale,
$2.
and it sold for $3 overnight. So I think I made a good profit on that
Oh,
one.
shit.
Yeah.
I'm going 2 though.
Yeah.
I'm going to go $2. My phone's a little slow.
I can look it up for you. Look, but why don't you
Do
keep
you
doing
guys have any preference?
You keep doing the guessing, Ali. I'll do the looking up. It's easier. I'm sitting at a computer.
Ooh, Tyler Hero.
Okay.
I like that.
It's not too bad.
That's a good number. That's a good number.
Yeah, it is a good number.
Not bad.
We love a little one.
1624. Okay, let's see what the last one has in store.
Hold on. Okay, we can guess after. This is Lonzo 3.
Oh,
I got the
guy.
wrong ball, brother.
He might be a future
just
warrior.
wait for him to get traded.
He might be a future warrior. All right, let's. I think everyone went with 2 on the Jarrett Culver one, but you 3 can give me your guess for Hero. I think right now Ali's got some making up to do. It's 3-3 between Keon and Baba. Ali needs a little bit of love here, but what's your Hero guess?
Hero guess. Probably
Wait, are we going for that specific card or just lowest ask?
Lowest ask, just
lowest
on the
ask for
moment.
this.
For $10.
I say $7.
7.
I'm gonna go 9.
All right, Ali and Baba split it. It's 8. They sandwiched it. Lowest ask right now is 8. Yeah, you can get that one for 8. But Ali, yours is probably selling for. I'm trying to look. Let's see. Or mid thousands. It looks like somebody's selling a 968 for 25. It looks like you can probably sell that one for 20-ish. If you wanted to get rid of it right now, 21, 20, something in that range. So not a bad pull at all. Well, what about the Lonzo one? Everyone give me their guess here.
That's in the 1461. I'm gonna go with like $3.
$3. All right, Baba.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with like 4.
For Keon.
Give me 3.
It is 3. Keon and Ali get that one. So we'll go 4-4-2. Ali making a tiny comeback. 4-4-2. All right.
Tiny half comeback.
You want to do one more?
Are you guys
pack
ready
before
for the next one?
Before we call it, yeah, we can do one more, and then we'll call it.
Of course.
You want me to do one, or you do it, or me? Oh, you're gonna get it.
Ali wants to.
I'm down to do one more after this.
Ali's feeding his crack addict right now. Crack addiction.
I'm fiending.
Guys,
dude.
we can't open
addict.
too many. We got to make sure we still have some next time we go live.
All right, I'll save mine, I guess.
I have one that I'll save as well.
All right,
Got
you guys
8,
pick
I
the
think.
rotation. You guys feeling left, right, middle?
Go
That's
middle.
his law.
Left is law. On Collins.
Also, just left-hander, so you feel me?
John
Dude,
Collins.
you know, I'll go. John Collins is. I'm indifferent. This is like $2 card. I feel like.
I haven't looked.
I'll say 3. 3.
Hold on. John Collins. Keon, did you
The
give a
question
guess?
for all of you.
$2.
It was 3 actually. Baba gets that one. What's your question, Ali?
With these base packs, do you think you retain your value percent of
Yes.
the time?
Yeah.
100% of the time?
Well, no.
No. What percent of the time do you basically retain your value with these packs?
85 to 90.
Yeah.
And I think that the crazy thing about it is that, so let's say that 10% of the time you get unlucky and the cards you get you can only sell for like $8. I think that of the 90% where you don't, I'd say half the time you're making like 300+% and way more than making up for like the one dud. So unless you buy like exactly one pack, I just don't see a world where you don't get at least an even ROE on that, or ROI. But I think that will be
Do you guys feel
short-lived
left?
because eventually, of course, I don't think it will be as prolific.
Ooh.
Okay.
Bam,
You guys,
bam, bam,
what do you
bam.
think of this?
Cool. I mean, I'm a huge Bam
I lo-
fan. So.
I love Bam. He's a dog.
I'm digging the jerseys in this
That's true.
moment as well.
Yeah, those are clean.
Those are the Miami Vice jerseys.
Mm-hmm.
City jersey.
Miami has the cleanest jerseys in the league.
After
I'm
the
not
We
too sure
Believe
how much
Warriors
is-
jerseys.
To the
True,
Lakers
true,
baby
true.
blue.
$4.
Ugly.
Actually, yeah, the Lakers baby blue is fucking clean.
Saucy,
They're
dude.
just the Mavericks jerseys. I don't know why the Lakers get to wear them. It looks like it's just Dallas on the court. Sure. You guys want to give a guess for Bam?
Let's say $4.
Let's say 6.
It is 4. Ali and Keon get picked that one up. So let's see. My count, I think Keon and Ali, it's 5-5-3 now, I think is what it is. Yeah, we're looking for something a little hype, Ali. We need something a little hype with that third card there. Come on, let us go out on a high note. Let's go out on a high
Let's get like a number 3 overall or something.
That's my screen.
Or just a LaMelo.
Let's get
just
it.
LaMelo. How about just LaMelo?
Oh,
You let us down.
I mean, it's okay.
Not a big Ibaka guy. Not a big.
He's cool.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Not much to say here though.
Funny story for the audience. I met him in Barcelona. He was a total dick.
Ali's gonna sell that one for free, right? Basically.
I will send this to anyone in the crowd. First person send your Top Shot moment. I'll send it to you right now. So whoever wants Ibaka.
Let's
First
see who's gonna hit
Top
it.
Shot username.
Who's gonna
Let's see
hit
who
it?
it is.
Who's gonna comment the Top Shot
Oh, there it
username?
is. There it is.
Oh.
I like
Oh,
that.
you got
There
it
it
again.
I think
Got you.
I think our dog here was. I think he was there the first time too. Look at that. That's just a free $3 right there. That's what you get when you tune into this podcast. Everyone, tell your friends.
You want?
All right, we will make sure that Ali sends that to you. Ali, thanks for donating 2 of your packs, even though I know that you wanted to open them anyway. But I think that's it. I think
That
we've been
sounds
live.
really good.
We've been live for about an hour now. I think that's a pretty good time to just kind of call it. You guys got anything else you want to talk about really quickly before we log off? I saw your question, Longin J, about the trends. I'm saving it, and I do want to touch on that because I think that one of the things that's not very well explored is that there is quite literally no precedent for something like this. There's precedent for NFTs and there's precedent for trading cards, but the combination of the two, that's what this is. And so I think that there's something to be looked at for the trading card market, and I want to do actually a little bit more research myself into kind of what it's been like. We will get to that question eventually, but just maybe not this stream.
A little insight. I'm gonna say like anything, we never know what the trend is until a bunch of people start fucking, coming in and doing anything with this. We have 50,000 users right now. It's not a good random sample market to like test anything really. I mean, we won't really know until this gets as big as trading cards or close to that to really know and understand what the trends are going to be. Right now it's all just a crapshoot if we're being real. Everyone has their own strategy, everyone has their own means of thinking, and there's no real decider on what creates value and what doesn't create. So I think we just have to wait and see.
Yeah, totally. I think in some ways the trading card market, like the market cap and how much the kind of transactions that they see, is a good way to look at it. But in some ways it's bad because of the differences and even just like how easy it is to buy and sell. So it'll be super interesting. And I think that's something to definitely touch on, especially as this blows up a little bit. Trying to find ways to evaluate it when it's just something totally brand new. So great question. We appreciate you guys for tuning in as always. Keep sending us questions. Follow us on social. Follow us on Twitch too, so you know when we go live. We try to tweet it out and give you guys some heads up, but if we ever do like a surprise one, you're going to want to make sure you're there. But thank you guys again. Tell your friends. We're going to keep doing some fun stuff here and keep giving you some good advice. So keep coming back for more. We appreciate you guys.
It's to 1,000 followers. We got some shit for you.
We do have some
Yes.
comments.
I just sent the moment.
Yes, we are on YouTube, Birdzilla.
We do use YouTube, but we don't stream on there, Birdzilla. So you can go up there and you can watch recordings of our streams. But we've been streaming on Twitch lately. I know the Twitch app isn't great. I think the Twitch app's actually great on browser if you use a computer. I think it's actually pretty easy to navigate. But the app itself can be a little frustrating. I agree. Sorry, but maybe in the future we're still feeling some stuff out, trying to figure out what works best for us. So appreciate all of you. Thank you again, and we look forward to seeing you guys next time.
Thank you.
Peace.
Man.
Later, gang.
Thanks, everyone.
Shottaz out.